Well, news today, the Cincinnati Reds celebrating being the winner and the recipient of the 2023 Bud Selig Award for Philanthropic Excellence. It's the first time that the Reds organization has won this award. It is a big deal. We celebrate this each and every year at the winter meetings. And joining us now is Nick Krall, who's the president of baseball ops for the Cincinnati Reds. Nick, good to see you. This is quite the honor for the Cincinnati Reds.
It's a huge award. Charlie Frank and our community fund, Lindsey Dingledine, those folks have done a great job. They've been up for this award a few times, and it's great to see them get recognized in this for this award. But starting their academy in Cincinnati and what they've done with the Urban Youth Academy has been phenomenal.
Nick, look, I'm going to go right to it, all right? Because in 2002, when I came up with the Oakland A's, you were bat boying for the Oakland A's.
Oh, yeah.
And you used to pitch popcorn kernels to me out in center field. We had to hide to do it.
Yeah, we would go in the back, and you one of the jobs, I haven't run into Wash yet, but one of the jobs was to go back and chuck you popcorn kernels, and that's how you got ready for a game. Yeah.
Are you serious? Wait, Peter Bendix was your intern.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
He was a bat boy for you, throwing kernels to you. It's like,
look at this. You could be.
Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is that
you're like baseball's version of Kevin Bacon.
I guess so. I feel like Forrest Gump right now. Pardon everything. No,
it was a great experience. I mean, you met a lot of people along the way and got to work with a lot of people. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
So you were recently named president of baseball ops for the Reds. Did you come up through player development side or scouting side?
So I came up, worked in the office. I started in advanced scouting. Worked in the office with arbitration and contracts and things like that. I started overseeing our pro scouting department. I oversaw that for about 10 years, and then just kind of worked my way up with the Reds. And it doesn't happen often, but I've been here. This is my 21st year, so it's been a good ride.
So you know all these young players really well, and that's why you're perfect for this job. Your job gets more difficult when you have to spend money to get your team to the next level, right? And that's where this team is right now. If you look at the starting rotation, you love the young arms. But to all the Reds fans who have turned up their television sets, or if they even watch this anymore on TVs, whatever device you're watching, do the Reds need to dabble in one of the marquee free agent starting pitchers? Do you need to add a free agent starter?
So we added Emilio Pagan, reliever, and we added Nick Martinez, who has experience starting and relieving. I really do believe in our young arms. We've got a handful of guys that are going to end up coming in, competing for spots. We had some guys that came up to the big leagues last year, a couple guys from AA that because we had a bunch of COVIDs at the end of the year. But, guys we're really excited about that have come through our system that have a chance to be top of the rotation guys. Hunter Greene, Nick Lodolo, Andrew Abbott, Graham Ashcraft. Like, these guys have a chance to be really good players for us. They've really progressed and made progress over the last couple of years. At the big league level, and I think there's a lot more in there. But
so the answer is no. You don't feel like you need to dabble in the big free agent starters.
I don't think we need to, but at the same time, yeah. Would you like to continue to add pitching? Yeah, we would love to add pitching. We would love to add both relief and starting pitching. I don't think you can get enough pitching, especially in today's game. But I really am excited about the young players that we have in our club.
Well, I think, Al, that then let's shift the pressure over to player development. I mean, I keep on saying that player development does not end when the player makes it to the major leagues. You have great young talent. We're talking about Ellie De La Cruz, Matt McLain on the offensive side. We saw Matt McLain really be very polished at the plate. Super approach, very consistent. And Ellie De La Cruz was a flash of just excitement, however, inconsistent. So how do you get these players to the next level?
It's something over the last couple of years we really stressed player development. We want to bring good young players in. We want to bring quality human beings into our organization. Guys that are going to work, guys that want to get better. Good athletes we can work with. And then it comes to our player development staff. And our player development staff goes from the Dominican Summer League all the way to the big leagues. It doesn't stop. You're right. When you have a young team, when you have our market, we want to continue development. We put an emphasis on developing at the big league level. You look at the players we have on the field that were rookies this year, and you go around the diamond, Christian Encarnacion Strand, Matt McLain, Ellie De La Cruz, Noel V. Marte. I mean, our whole infield, and then you bring guys that are veteran guys like Jonathan India in, but even guys like TJ Friedel, who had a great year for us, is still a younger player and still developing. One of the things we did last year, we brought Brett Butler, who's a very successful bunter, and we had him teach bunting to these guys, and TJ really took to it, and it really became part of his game, and it transformed him and took him to the next level. So, we really do feel that development at the major league level is at the top of the list.
Well, I'm going to dovetail off of Greg, because just looking at the numbers, your starter ERA last year, 14, second to last in the league, only to Colorado. You added Pagan and Martinez. I'll assume Martinez is one of the starters. What you're saying is, what does Hunter Greene have to do to move it to the next level? I love Andrew Abbott. I think, UVA and what he did by calling him up from AA Chattanooga. Doesn't throw real hard, but high vert on his high fastball. So what are the moves, or what they have to do to improve to take you from 82 wins to 88 wins?
Well, I think first off, we got to have guys that stay healthy, right? Greene, Lodolo, and Graham Ashcraft all have been hurt each of the last 2 years. Okay. So it's something that we look at that and say, hey, we got to keep these guys healthy. We got to be able to do that. We got to add quality depth as well, because when you don't have the depth to bring up when guys do get injured, and guys are going to get injured at the big league level, it just happens. But it's Brandon Williamson has had some injuries in the past. So for us, staying healthy is a key component to our success, especially in the pitching side.
Nick Krall, awesome hanging out with you. Best of luck next year with the Cincinnati Reds. Okay.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.